Whether she's a pet mom, a plant mom, or the mom who raised you, celebrate Mother's Day this year with the gift she'll use all the time. Get up to $400 off Peloton tread, row, guide, or bike packages, and choose from accessories like our heart rate band, row mat, cycling shoes, and more. This is the perfect gift for mom to explore what gets her moving. Whether she has 5 or 20 minutes, she can choose from classes like techno rides, country walks, or an 80s row. All access membership and guide membership separate. Offer ends May 14th, 2023. Excludes Peloton tread, row, bike, and bike plus basics, and Peloton guide standalone. See additional terms at onepeloton.com.
Hashtag no music, no intro. This is the post-draft question and answer Q&A episode of hashtag Saints Twitter podcast coming at you. The draft has come and gone. The immaculate vibes and just the incredible, I can't even really verbalize it. Just being with our Saints Twitter podcast family, last weekend just leaves me speechless, man. It was just such and I know you had a good time and you weren't even able to stay as long as you wanted to, because obviously you and Bree wedding anniversary, so you guys had plans and all that, but it was just a great time, man. It was a great time being with our people, our listeners, our family. So this is kind of like now we're back at home, and nothing wrong with home, man. I love being home, love being with the fam and everything, but it's like, oh man. I just know
bro,
next
week
week
been a struggle for me, bro. This week been a struggle.
Man, I just know next week that schedule comes out on the 11th, and I already told Jay, I said we lodging and flights booked next week, bro. Like I booked. Like as soon as we put it to the Discord and we all, agree and figure out which home game is gonna be the game. I told everyone in the Discord, I said, if you can next week, buy your flights, buy the lodging, hold off on the game tickets, because if there's enough of us, I'm calling the Superdome. I'm saying, hey, y'all, if we roll in that bitch 20 deep in the regular season, bro, 20, 30 people deep, I'm calling asking for a group rate. Like, we all sitting together, just rambunctious as shit and just having a good time. But we got about 4 or 5 months before we get there. So we're using this episode. We wanted to ask our listeners questions, and I don't like to do this. I don't like to put our listeners on blast, bro. And I don't know with Elon and the algorithm. Maybe it got lost but we put a tweet out today on our Twitter account, and maybe I should have put it on our Instagram, but I was super busy with work. Just asking for questions for the podcast we record tonight, bro. I think on Twitter we got 3 questions. One of those was our dude Bayou, who is a Patreon. Our dude Kevin, who joined us in Vegas last year at the draft party. And just a quick aside, the juxtaposition between the two. Now, keep in mind, last year was in Vegas. It wasn't in New Orleans, so maybe that played a factor into it. But just last year, it was me, you, Bree, Jay, Kevin, and Kevin's brother. Very, very small. That's it, bro. That's it. As opposed to this year, we had I didn't count, but it maybe 15-ish. Maybe a little more in New Orleans, and it was night and day different. And I got just a little gripe of no one really asked us the questions on Twitter, and that hurt me. Conversely, though, we put the same question in our Discord, bruh. I asked it, and I worked for about 2 hours before looking back in that channel, bro. And I looked in that channel, I was like, God damn, bro. We could record 2 podcasts with the amount of questions that we got. But that said, we have a lot of good questions. Very excited we have a scheduled recording that we're doing next week. We're excited about that. Really, so at that's the episode. We're gonna talk draft. We're gonna talk football. We're gonna talk schemes, formations, fits. We get deep. We getting deep next week. But before we get there, laid back podcast, Q&A. Some are going to be Saints related, football related. Some are just going to be, our community related. And anyone who's listening to this, I want to say I know in a little over 3 years we built this community and this podcast to where it is right now. But these next couple of months, bro, like I don't think people know. Like we building something right now, man.
Scheming, bro. Scheming.
Building. And it's one of those things where if you're not like on board, like if you're not a part of it yet, like you might want to get on board. That's all I'm gonna say, Ryan. That's all I'm gonna say. Like the juices are flowing. Pause. And I'm excited about what's in store for us, our brand, our community. And it's funny how, yes, it is. We have a Saints podcast and all that. But as this thing goes on and gets bigger, like, man, it's just like, yeah, we talk about the Saints, but it's bigger than that. Like it's bigger than that. So anyway, let me stop rambling. Not going to get a lot of, extracurricular on this podcast because we got a shit ton of questions. So first one, I'm going to start with Dash, our dude in the Discord, our dude on Patreon, one of a savant in terms of video games, a huge video gamer. Dash asks us, undrafted free agents that we think would be a good pickup, or even current available free agents that that would be good to shoot for. Good question. You can follow Dash on Twitter at DashIsNew. And I can't give you the undrafted free agent. That's part of my game draft wise. Couldn't tell you, man. Not anymore. There was a time I could.
Oh yeah.
Not anymore. Current available free agents for me, I know, and this is going with one, it's a need, and one, I know that the team also wants to sign a veteran, is they do want a veteran edge rusher. And just can you go out there and get me a Leonard Floyd?
Please.
If you can't give me a Leonard Floyd, and I was texting with Greg Rosenthal earlier this week, he threw this name out, and I know it would never happen because there's no role for this type of player in the Saints defense. But he was like, they should just go get Justin Houston. Yes, they should. They should.
Absolutely.
Like, and if you need reason as to why they should, when this is just a perfect example of why fit and like scheme and like, just go put on the game earlier this year that the Ravens played against the Saints and watch what Justin Houston did all fucking game to the office. This man was AFC Defensive Player of the Week after that game, bro. Can you tell me we couldn't use that? Like, whatever Zach
30 snaps a game. That's good. That's good enough.
Whatever the fetish of Zach Bond was pre-draft, and it didn't work out. And I still think him not working out is more on him not being used properly rather than potential talent. But whatever you potentially wanted Zach Bond to be, you can go get Justin Houston on a nice little small contract and just let him rush the passer, because pass rush is still an issue, and just go. Also, another little sneaky free agency move I wouldn't mind. Can we bring Quan back? Like, you got DeMario getting older, Pete Warner, he had issues last year. Go get Quan, man. I want to just see a little juice celebration one more time.
But
anyway,
what is it with Quan though, man? It seems like no team wants to just keep him long term. It's just like
haven't we all had a partner in our past that we loved getting with them that night? It's like, whoo, this is good. But as soon as they start talking, hey, what are we? Like, what are we long term? It's like,
goodbye.
And then they go off and they do their thing, but from time to time they come on back. That's what I'm saying, bro. Say it. Bring Quan back. Anyway, anyone, I know you're not. I know you like me in terms of undrafted. You're not hip to the game anymore.
I think the only player I remember looking at from the undrafted. What was his name? Yeah, Shaq Davis, the wide receiver. Just like a big 5'6", he's like 6'5", skinny as hell, real thin. I watched a few little clips of him. He's an undrafted free agent wide receiver. You're just banking on size and speed that could hopefully become something. So it wouldn't shock me if you start seeing some reports of him in training camp. Like, man, this dude is just big catching shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Shaq Davis is just one of those players that I kind of get, because wide receiver is kind of easy to pick on. Some of the other stuff, I mean, you got like the tight end Joel Wilson. He was fairly productive, not really athletic overall. But they need a tight end, so it's kind of one of those positions that maybe if he's good enough, maybe he can make the squad. But we'll see, man. I don't know. I don't know about this undrafted.
I don't either, man. All I know is
I will throw that punter, that tatted up punter out there from Australia. Like, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Just we'll see. I don't know how good of a punter he is, but like he's already winning like people over just because he's whole body tatted up and all that. So we'll see.
Maybe I'm looking too into it. He didn't come off like a little like MAGA or racist to anyone in those.
Oh, I didn't. Did he? I didn't like.
This 100% just may be a complete stereotype, and I will 100% own it. Right? Just saying. Anyway,
I didn't hear his comments. Like, what did he sound like? What did he say? Like, I don't.
I'm not talking about a single word he spoke. I'm strictly going.
It's because he tatted up, man. Tatted up Australia.
Anyway,
all I know is Blake Gilligan wasn't looking all that last year. That's all.
He was not. I'm gonna go to another football question. I'm gonna follow it up with a non-football question. So our dude, Ty or Die at Ty Die 3 on Twitter says this is a good one. You can guarantee one Saints draft pick, except for Haener, is a top 15 player at his position, with the rest of the class being solid players, or a top 5 player at his position with only one other player being average.
Like, to me, if like Foskey is a top 5 defensive end, like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
It changes the entire. See, it's interesting you say that, and I guess it's a good debate. With Cam being older, and with Peyton Turner being who Peyton Turner is, I agree with you that it is Foskey. I will say that maybe if this question was posed when Cam was coming off like his 2018 season and Davenport actually looked like a player, I think my answer would have been Breesy, because then you're putting that interior pressure with the edge pressure, and that completely changes. When I first saw the question, I was like, man, that interior pressure from, I don't know, man, like, because top 5, Breesy would essentially become Jeffrey Simmons esque, right? Chris Jones esque. I think that's who I would go with, man. It just,
you can't go wrong with that, man, because
you can't.
Gut pressure is like. Whew.
I look at Chris Jones and the impact he has on that Kansas City defense, because if you just look at that Kansas City defense, it's not super talented. Like, honestly, like, no. I shouldn't say that, but with Chris Jones, what happens is like he just turns on this switch in the playoffs, bruh. And like, to me, I'm going Breesy. And maybe that's because the old fucking debate will go on forever is it interior pressure? Is it edge pressure?
Every
quarterback
hates gut pressure.
And I just think the way that quarterbacks are how the game has evolved at the quarterback position. There's so many great athletes that they're so good at evading edge pressure.
Mhm.
But when you go up that middle, though, them deep stroking, it's hard to
Oh,
escape
yeah.
that, man. That's what. So
Nah, you
for
can't
the
go wrong. Either way, you
for the
can't go wrong. Yeah.
for top 5, I'm going Breezy. Are you going
Right.
Foskey?
I'm gonna go Foskey with that one.
Okay. What about the flip side? You can guarantee one Saints draft pick is a top 15 player, and the rest of the class is just solid players.
15.
Top 15, bruh.
I guess I'll flip it and I'll go Breezy for that one. Just a top 15
Okay.
with the average rest of the. I mean, that's I'll take that. Like if that's reality, I'll take it.
I'm gonna go top 15. I'm gonna go Savardi, bruh.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
Just having a top fit, like I just feel like it's just been such a long time where we could just be like, we got a guard that we just don't really
Yeah.
even have to worry about. Just left guard, right guard. He's available. He plays. His play is just very, just you don't have to worry about him.
Right.
I feel like we've been missing that. I mean, we got spoiled, right? Because we had Carl Nix, and we had Jari Evans, and then we had Carl Nix, the elite players at that position, right? Then it switches to what's the dude's name that we signed from the Ravens? I'm blanking on his name.
Well, damn.
Ben Grubbs, right?
Ben Grubbs, yeah.
Who was he was fine, right?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
And then they hit the lottery when they signed the dude that Sean Payton got pissed
Warford?
at. Warford. I feel like it's been like since Warford was here when he got kicked out in 2020 after Ruiz got drafted. Like it's been a while since we just had like consistent guard play, man.
Needed so badly too, bro. To the point where I think people now overrating Cesar Ruiz now, bro. Just when he didn't get his
fifth year option picked up.
Like what, man? He was like the best. He was like our best offensive lineman last year. I'm like, let's just slow down. Like relative to his previous years, he had a good year. But let's just pump the brakes. Like he had an average guard year, which was fine. That's all we wanted from him.
Right. That's all we used to pray for days like these.
Right? Pray for days like that. Just average, bro. Just average. Like just pump the brakes. There was no need to put a 50 option on him.
None. Now that doesn't mean that just because they declined it that
right.
Maybe they don't want to sign him to a long-term deal or something like that.
Right.
It just means like up to this point you have not shown enough to warrant the 5th year option being picked up. That's all it means.
Exactly. That's all it means.
Okay, let's transition to some funny questions. Some you're not gonna know. So Daniel, our extended brother from the UK, asks, who snores loudest? Mike, Joey, or me? He does. What is funny is that Dan excluded himself from that question, which, sir, probably shouldn't do that. I think how Ryan had the right answer. Like he wasn't even listed. He was just like me.
Me, I know it's me. I know it. Ain't no question for it.
I would probably be second on this list, but I will say that I've had two procedures where they go in my nose and burn all like the pollen that gets built up and all. Ever since I've had those 2 procedures, my snoring and my breathing has been much better. Like so, my snoring has improved tremendously because of those. But and my snoring is weird. It's not consistent all night. Like I'll snore for like a minute or two, and then you won't hear anything for like 30, 45 minutes, an hour, and then like another minute or two. It's weird. It's
my shit. I'm shaking rooms, bro. Like, you can hear me through headphones. You gotta ask me. Ask my wife. Like she let me know. She cursing me And you know when you snoring, you don't hear yourself snoring. So I'm like, why are you cursing me out? I'm just setting it off for that motherfucker, bro.
You know, I used to have a friend whose husband snored terribly, and I guess there's like a mouth guard that you wear at night, and it
I
makes the
tried it.
snoring.
I tried it. Tried the mouth guard, tried the things you stick in your nose, tried the things you put on your nose. None of that shit worked.
Gotta get you that CPAP, bruh. Gotta get you that
That's
Darth Vader CPAP.
it, man. That's the only thing that's gonna help me.
Our dude TJ asked white beans versus red beans. There could be only one.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm gonna
Damn,
this
man.
our podcast is a safe space, right?
Oh, it's absolutely safe.
I will make sure that this is fixed when we have our next big meetup. I never had white beans before, bro. Never had them.
Look, I didn't have it until I was older because my mom never cooked white beans. She always cooked black
Interesting.
beans. So it wasn't until I was older. I honestly, talk about the safe space, I hated red beans. I hated it. And that's all everybody loved.
I don't know how safe this space is no more, bro.
Nah, bro. I don't care, bro. I couldn't stand it. Like, I would eat it.
You also don't like black eyed peas, which just boils my skin, bro.
Can't stand it, bro. Couldn't stand red beans until I got older. And even now, like, I don't just eat anybody red beans. Like, I'll eat my own.
You can't.
I'll eat my wife. I'll eat my wife's grandmother. Eat my mom's. A few places. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't go eating anybody red beans. You know what I'm saying? I love white beans. I'm gonna go with white beans, bro. I'm gonna go white. They just slap a little harder, bro. They just slap.
Do they? When we're there and back in 5 months, I gotta have me some. I gotta have some white beans, and I gotta have some Hansons because apparently it's the best shade fucking ice in the world that Max couldn't even tell a nigga about. Like he just left that out the entire time I was there. Like help me.
I lived in New Orleans all my life. I known about it forever, but I never went there because you got so many snowball stands. I just never went to Hanson's, man. But it's like very well known. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta do it, bro. We gotta make a Saints Twitter podcast excursion. Like, I wish we had the funds, bro. Because like I would just order like a school bus, bro. Like a field trip.
Some old happy ass niggas getting on the
and just like capture it, bro. Put it on Instagram. But like just have the whole banner on the school bus, bro. Just field trip. I would love that. My guy talked to one of our UK dudes because we know they got that money. Anyway, our dude Mark Bane Beats on Twitter says, "How quickly do you see Breesy and Foskey contributing?" I guess my question is, I think you got like, what is contributing? Like,
like what does that mean? Like, I see both of them getting on the field pretty early if they're healthy.
Like where's the competition? Like, no offense to the defensive tackles that the Saints signed in free agency, but like, especially to me, the out of those two, I already know what's gonna happen with Peyton Turner in training camp, bro. I already know what's gonna happen.
Bro,
you ain't got to tell me what it is. There's gonna be a pec injury, a hamstring, and he's gonna miss 2-3 weeks, and it's gonna be like, oh, Peyton Turner was missing from practice. Foskey healthy is going to contribute. He's going to get snaps extremely fucking fast.
Even if it's just first and second down, he's gonna be on the field.
Yes.
Going to be on the field. And Breesy, he should see the field early too, man. Like, I don't know how much, but he should be in the rotation. Like, if both are healthy, they will be in the rotation.
Because the defensive line is in a situation where it needs all the potential help and contributors that it can get. Right. I don't think it's going to be
Creep. Tano, is Tano still there?
No, they brought him back. Remember?
They brought Turner back. Everybody, bro. Everybody.
And it's gonna have to be just an assembling line. Like you got Cam as a guy who can, from time to time, from game to game, he can kind of turn back the clock and have those old Cam games. But other than that, like shit, I know Cam got to be excited about the draft that the Saints have, bro. I know he got
no question. And I'm really fat as we talk about Peyton Turner, bro. I really like this camp should tell us a lot about him, like how he approaches this camp. Because if you just let Foskey walk in there as a rookie and just literally take money out your, like he gonna take money off your plate. If you let him, that tells me everything I need to know. Like that dude. Goodbye. Go away.
It's essentially letting another man come in your home and taking money out your pocket, bro.
Take money straight out your pocket. Just going in like Debo, bro. Just filling all on the side of your pockets. Just like that's like, come on now, bro. Come on. You got 2 years in the league.
Soon come, bro. Soon come. I'm telling you, bro. I would be so pleasant. Okay, maybe we're approaching this the wrong way, bro. I remember when Reese was struggling and we was on his ass continuously, and to the point we just said, can we just have an average, just be the what was it, the 16th guard, 32nd guard in the league?
Yeah, something like
that. Can Peyton Turner be? I don't even know, bro. Like, can just be average, like be available and just play meaningful snaps.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Just affect the quarterback in there, stop the run, be good at something. Like if you're not a good pass rusher, be like, man, he's not a good pass rusher, but he a demon in the run game. At least be that. Like do something, bro.
Something, bro. Something. Shit.
Can't say nothing about you, bro.
Got a beautiful smile though.
just vibing, man.
Bro, you know what? Peyton Turner's career is basically how we were all weekend, bro. Like the football.
Just hey.
Let's keep these questions going. We kind of got two questions. We got multiple questions regarding AK. But I'm gonna go with the best one. Our dude Brock, shout out to our dude Brock in the Discord asks us, is this AK's last year in New Orleans, knowing his contract is exploding in the next 2 years, plus his upcoming suspension? What would you take in a trade offer right now? And then I know later on in the Discord, someone asked what was the over under of how many games AK gets suspended. Between, I think the numbers were 6 or 7. Okay, Mitch. Mitch goes over under 4 games. Marcus May suspended. Over under 8 games. AK suspended. Love you, Mitch, bro. You want to start this one in terms of you think this is AK's last year in New Orleans?
Yes, I do. I think this is it. This is it. Not saying I want it to be, but I just think the writing's on the wall, bro. You got the kid that drafted Kendrick Miller. You got Jamal Williams. You got the contract. You got AK. His use in the offense. Look, I think he's been misused, but look, he had 4 touchdowns last year.
Damn, was that it, bro?
That's it, bro. Like, 2 years ago, he had 21 touchdowns in one season. You know what I'm saying? So, whether it's use or him, I think it's use, but whether it's use or him, I just think, this is it. You know what I'm saying? I think they're going to figure out a way to go cheaper at running back. Whether he gets traded or not, I don't know. If someone was to make an offer now,
and this is where it gets tricky. So I pulled this up specifically. To trade AK this season, he would be $25 million in dead money and the Saints would not get any cap savings
Mm.
from trading him. None.
No.
Now you go to next season, and that dead money goes to $17 million, and then they get like $1.6 million in cap relief. And then the best quote unquote year to trade him would be, the last year of his contract is 2025, and then that's a cap savings of almost $18 million on the salary cap, and then debt money is $10 million.
Yeah, and we know how they work that cap, man. Like if they had to move him, like if AK wanted to move, which I can see him wanting to move. So I can see it being like mutual. I can see him reworking the contract to kind of move the money around so it makes it beneficial for everybody. So I just got a feeling that this is his last year, bro. Could be wrong. I'd be happy to be wrong, but I just feel like it is.
Yeah, I do too. We've been, some things happen from time to time where we get surprised. Like, Michael Thomas coming back this season and then figuring out a 1-year deal was, no one saw that coming. I can, and even the moves they did prior to everything, like it would indicate that was not, like he was not coming back. And yet, I think cooler heads prevailed and both sides did a deal that worked for everyone. So maybe the same thing happens with AK, but like you said, man, like it's right now as of May 4th, it's kind of hard to see that being feasible. But who knows, man? It's you never know in terms of how things may play out. Let me go and pull up some of the questions we got on Twitter. So someone on Twitter at Diego Cordova goes, win and loss prediction of the Saints 2023 season, and if you think they're entering the playoffs, like what round essentially they lose.
They lose. I'm gonna go with 10 games. They win.
They win 10. Okay, so I would lose my bet to Max if they win 10 games,
and they lose. I think they make it through the first round. They lose in the second round. They go in as a wild card.
Okay.
Lose in the second round, the divisional round.
Man, if they win a wild card game,
that's what I'm saying, bro.
You might as well get the DA statue in front of Championship Square.
Ain't going nowhere, bro.
He pulling the Leonardo. He said, "I'm not going nowhere."
We stuck with him, bro.
I know for the Bobs it would be great, but that would literally be like the worst fucking thing that could happen to this team.
Worst, bro. Like, damn.
That's the worst. I'm staying with it, man. I bet I had this bet with Max a couple of months ago, Darth Saint, and we went double or nothing for the previous bet that he won. I don't remember what the bet was now anymore, but he bet that the over and under win total for the Saints, I believe Vegas had set it at 8.5, and he went over, and I said I went under. This was, I think, prior to free agency. This was prior to the draft, because to me it all goes back, and I said this in the last podcast episode, I don't care how good your team is, man. To win NFL games, like, you need to have good coaching, and at some point not having good coaching just catches up to you. So I'm going under. I'm going to say they win. They go 8-9. They go 8-9. So
they get to the playoffs with that?
In the NFC, who knows?
They might.
Who knows? Our dude Kevin, we talked about Kevin. The guy Kevin and his brother joined us in Vegas last year for the draft. This is kind of a follow up with AK. His serious question he says, can Dre starts off like 2017 AK? And this is we already kind of answered this a little bit. How would you handle the running back room when AK gets back? Who sits back? Who would you trade? Oh, man, trading AK, and again, I'm not invested at all, really. But like, it would feel just Jimmy Grahamish again to me, man. And even though I'm not as connected, like I don't want to feel it again. Like I don't want, even though football standpoint, long-term standpoint, maybe the best thing that could, that they could happen to. My thing would be, and a lot of this depends on a lot of things, but to me, it would not shock me at all that if AK goes to I'm going to just say the Bills as an example, because that's everyone likes to put him with the Bills or whatever. If he goes to the Bills and he could have like a Christian McCaffrey like impact on that offense, like when he got traded to San Francisco, like I need a trade package similar to that, man. I need it.
Right.
Figure it out. I don't care. And I'm not saying you have to get exactly what Carolina got for trading Christian McCaffrey, but I need something a little close. Like, don't trade AK, even though his value may be not great. I mean, Christian McCaffrey's missed numerous before he got traded, brother. Man, brother played football.
Brother played football, bro, and had a big contract.
He was just a name at that point. Now, shout out to the Niners, like they swung forward and they got it to the NFC Championship game, and maybe if their quarterback doesn't get hurt, maybe they're playing in the Super Bowl. Who knows? But that said, like if the Saints trade AK, I need a trade package back similar to what Carolina got for C-Mac. I need it, bro. I need it. What are you in the line with that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I do think he's going to be on the team this year, like the whole year. We don't know how the suspension going to play out. There's a possibility he don't even get suspended this year.
Wow, bro.
So we'll see, bro. And I do think Miller will come on slowly, working off the MCL. It's going to take a little time. And the thing is, like, honestly, can we at least get AK back in the past? I was talking about it on the Discord today. Like, get him back running routes, bro.
Please.
Let's at least see that before you dump him. Let's see that and see if he still has that in his repertoire, which I know he does.
Everyone does. He does, bro. It's just to get utilized.
It's unbelievable, bro. It's unbelievable. Like, this dude was catching 80+ passes every year until the last 2 years.
Bruh, that stat that said David Johnson had like ran more routes than 8, bruh.
I just
criminal,
bro. Criminal. Get him involved, man. Get him involved in the pass game. No reason.
Please. Kevin had so that was his serious question. His unserious question is what are the top 3 hashtags for next season? I mean, we already said one after the draft. It was hashtag on paper.
On paper, baby.
I can't really think of any like that's so. It's just so succinctly, perfectly said, bro.
On paper.
On paper, bro. We'll see how it plays out. But on paper, they should be able to win the NFC South. On paper, they should.
On paper.
On paper. Now, how thick that paper is it construction paper? Is it loose leaf? I don't know. Let's see. Who else? Our dude, Daniel, asked a serious question. With the Saints yet to address the tight end position, do you think Foster Moreau is a long-term target for tight end 2? And if so, do you think the Saints look to pick up a short-term veteran for camp cuts while they wait for Moreau to get healthy? Maybe it's just me. If I was an NFL team, and I don't want this to sound callous to Foster Moreau, and every situation is different. Obviously, like the Texans drafted John Mechie, and then he got his diagnosis and things like that. But I don't think as a B&L corporation, if you find out that someone gets an illness such as that nature, like the smart thing would not to count on that player. You know what I mean? Like, like I'm this is not trying to sound callous. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but it's like, hey, maybe we should have another plan other than maybe trying to wait on this player that has cancer to like. Right. That seems dumb. That seems like bad planning.
like especially to contribute. Like you want to sign him and make sure he gets like good treatment and good insurance and all that stuff. Fine, but to think he's going to contribute to your team, like man, that's just asking a lot. Like just let him focus on him. You know what I'm saying? Like focus on your health, bro. Period.
Wait, did they still sign him? Did I miss that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they didn't
Okay,
sign
I was tripping. Okay, I thought I was tripping. To the question of do you think the Saints still look to pick up a short-term veteran for camp cuts while Monroe gets healthy?
Who?
Possible. The tight end pool is extremely fucking like it is.
I mean, Dan Arnold got signed today.
What? By who, bro?
By the Eagles, of course.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Got signed by the Eagles, of course.
Out my face.
Yep.
But to that point, right? I would, who's a veteran that I actually didn't know he was a veteran, but actually thinking about it kind of makes sense why he's a veteran because he's probably wanting too much money. Wait, never mind. I fucking went to fucking Spot Track and I thought their list was updated, and this is not what I fucking wanted at all. Let me hit the update button. Okay, that's much better. Like Cameron Brate, like
yeah,
it's slim pickings out there in that tight end market, bro.
No, I can see them taking him.
There is nothing out there at all.
Nothing, bro.
I will say this though, and I said this in the Discord. But with the Bills drafting Dalton Kincaid in the first round, I know that they just recently extended Dawson Knox, but I think he might be available, bro. Like I think if you called Buffalo and gave them a reasonable offer to acquire Dawson Knox, I think they would listen and they may even potentially accept it.
I mean, I go for it, bro. Like they need a tight end. It's a need. You know what I'm saying? It's still a need. Could they get through the season without another one? Yes. They could. And look, it's tight end is one of those positions where look, they got their kind of pass catcher with Juwan. So look, you could kind of wait through camp and see what kind of players get cut or players get put on the block. So you could kind of figure that out as you go along. You got Taysom Hill, whether you want to call him a tight end or not. He does his things. They got Lucas Crawl, or whatever. No idea what he's going to give you. But maybe he gives you something. So, I mean, it's just like you're going to go into the season with a hole somewhere, bro. So if tight end is the hole, you can kind of live with that. Like you can live with a hole at tight end.
I think you could. I guess so. Going back to the Dawson Knox thing. What would you give up to trade for Dawson Knox?
We don't have a third right now.
Correct. And that's where things get tricky. But I think if you offered them a 2024 third, I think that deal could maybe get done.
And even though we theoretically will have like 2/4, they haven't been awarded yet.
Can't trade them yet. So then the only pick you will be looking at is a Denver's 2024 second round pick.
Nope.
And it's like
no.
That's too risky for you, bro?
Nah, I wouldn't. Nah. I mean, it's not that big of a hole to sell for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't send that second. And we don't know how this season's gonna play out, bro. You need them little picks. Like them little picks we got, bro. We need the picks, bro.
That's true.
You need them, man. So
Joey asks, is there a better queso than the queso at Superior Grill?
Man, I've been hearing about that queso for a long time, bro. Is it that
I will say, it's the queso we had at the meetup last year.
Oh, that was the same queso? Oh.
Yeah.
That queso foolish, boy. We know Joey love it, though.
It's delicious. I will say, and I don't know how this could ever happen, but if Joey thinks that queso was good, my uncle every time I go back home to Texas, I go to Lubbock, he makes the best queso I've ever had in my life. It is the most outstanding, and keep in mind, this is like Texas is known for its queso, bro. Like that's what we do. Yeah.
So I need to try some of that, bro.
Oh man, I gotta. It is. I can't even talk to that. Man, it's good as hell. This is a really good one. So Saturday night was my last night in New Orleans because I flew out Sunday morning. Had a fucking 6-hour layover in Louisville before getting back to LA. But we went, it was me, Dan, Mike, Joey, our dude Eric, Elise, and Elise's husband, Ben. And we got, one of my things I had to do before I left New Orleans is that I had to get my Fat Tuesdays. It's tradition at this point. I get my Fat Tuesdays, get my strawberry pina colada daiquiri. Got to get it set up. It's a must. So we hit that up. We were going down Bourbon Street. Ended up in Cat's Meow. Eric's out there buying us shots. We having a good ass time. And we're in Cat's Meow, which is a karaoke bar if people are unaware. And I don't know how it came up, but we did shots, and I think Eric or one of the UK guys, jokingly said, "Oh, we should go up there and sing Backstreet Boys." Maybe it was Dan. Maybe Dan. So we were like, "Yeah." And then Eric goes, "Yeah, we should sing I Want It That Way." And like all in unison, like not a countdown. We all started singing the chorus of I Want It That Way, and the harmony for it was just, and then I was like, "All right, we're doing it, guys." Like it was decided. It was decided. So we had a long ass fucking wait, because it was a long list, and there was a bachelorette party there, so it was a long wait. But we finally got our time, and all of us go up there. We do our thing, and Elise is up there recording, and Ben's recording from the crowd, and there's so many pictures and just gifts of just that our performance. We had the little bachelorette party feeling like they were seeing like the 2023 Saints Twitter version of the Beatles, just like, oh my god, like who are these guys? Like it was just so all that long set up to say, Dan goes, "What's your dream karaoke set list, for us as a group for the October meet?" And I just envisioned like a choir, bro. Like we were in Cat's Meow, bro, and we 20, 30 deep, bro. Just Cat's Meow got 2 microphones, bro. Gonna be a fire hazard in that bitch, bro. So the question is, what's your dream karaoke set list? My first question to Ryan is, have you ever done karaoke before?
No, hell no, bro. Like,
come on, bro.
No. I would do it though. I would do it. Like, I'm not like afraid to do it, but
all right.
I gotta be feeling it. Like you gotta have me pumped up, bro. Like you got to have me juiced up to get on that stage, bro. For real.
Funny thing is, only people who will see the video, because the video is in the Discord for Patreon people. But I was not even remotely tipsy when I was up there, bro. Like just up there, just having a good ass stop.
It was your time, baby.
Anyway, so that said, give me a song or two that if you're doing karaoke for us as a group.
Well, as far as a group, that's what make it tough. Like a group,
it does. So this is one thing I quickly realized about karaoke is that you have to pick the right fucking song, because if you pick a song that brings down like the mood of like the establishment, everything's fucking off, bro. Like everything's off. Like some dude went up there and was singing you gotta know when hold up. Like,
oh hell no.
like we were all singing along with them because like we knew the words to it, but like it was not the fucking song for it, bro. So you got to really think about a song that's going to get everyone like involved. And so anyway, that said, give me a couple of songs.
I'm gonna go Bell Biv DeVoe, Poison.
Okay, all right, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, give me. If you want to,
does it have to be an R&B song?
No, bro, it could be anything. You know what made me feel old is one time my daughter was in her bathroom and she was showering or getting ready and she had her Bluetooth speaker on and she was singing Poison and she was singing along to Poison and I was like, how the fuck? Wait, first of all, when have you heard this song?
Right.
Second of all, this song is almost as old as I am, if it is not older than I am, and I'm your dad. Anyhow, does not have to be an R&B song.
Trying to think for a group. I'm gonna go with Back That Ass Up.
Oh, that's hard to do as a karaoke song, though. Like,
I know,
as a song.
Man.
But anyway, I wanted to tweet this, and I didn't tweet it Saturday night. We were walking right on. That had to be Canal, right in front of Willie's Fried Chicken, right before you kind of turn and go down Bourbon, or had to go down Bourbon. And there's this party bus, something that passed by, and it was playing, right? Right. I have been to London. I've been to Paris. I've been places I've never thought I'd be. I've been to Hawaii. Being in New Orleans when that song is playing, there is absolutely nothing else in the world like that feeling, bro. I can't describe it. But if you're in New Orleans and Back That Ass Up comes on, bro, it becomes like a religious experience inside my body. I'm just like, oh, God. I can't describe. If you ask me, Adam, you could go and take pictures and see the fucking Mona Lisa again, or you can see the Eiffel Tower again, or you can be in New Orleans with. I want to be in the club on Bourbon Street when Back That Ass Up is playing. Got to, bro. Like, and if you have not experienced, I've experienced it, and this is from someone who doesn't live in New Orleans. I've experienced it enough times where I'm just like, oh, this is great. Like more than once. It's a tremendous experience. So anyway, I felt the need to say that on the pod because I wanted to tweet it when it happened Saturday night, but I didn't. So you going Back That Ass Up, you going Poison. Okay. I'm a crowd pleaser, right? So I'm thinking of songs that's gonna get everybody involved. So gonna go Carrie Underwood Before He Cheats, bro. It's on the list. Put it on the list. That's one of like the top tier karaoke song. Another song I'm going with, and this is maybe my Texas coming out. Oh, you didn't hear my first one?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if the internet connection's being dumb, but so my first one was Carrie Underwood Before He Cheats.
See, I don't know that one.
See, every woman, not to be, gender-esque, in Cat's Meow would be singing that song at the top of their lungs. Second one I'm going with Lady Antebellum, Need You Now. I'm sorry. We're supposed to do it at the meetup last year. Didn't happen.
I had it on our Spotify playlist.
You did. It was on the playlist. It just we didn't do it. We didn't do it. That's one of mine. And I told Ryan, this has been an ongoing joke for about 6-7 years. I said, I want to get me and Ryan on the karaoke stage and sing Michelle Branch's "All You Wanted."
I'm
I
down,
need it.
bro.
I need it. So that's that.
You can give me Atlantis. I was up in
Ooh.
some clothing store with Bree,
You, I don't know. Uh-oh.
and then Atlantis Morissette came on, and she said, "Why are you singing that so hard?" I was in it, bro. Like,
Which one was it? Was it?
I write it. You know, of course. But
It's
it just
yeah.
it just brought me back, bro. Like I was like, but you can go back, Smashing Pumpkins tonight.
What was that? What was that Smashing Pumpkins song that played during the was it the Walkman? No, the fucking Snyder movie, The Watchmen trailer.
Oh shit. Oh,
you know,
man, that's a good song too. Yeah,
it
played in the trailer. It wasn't in the movie. It was in the trailer.
No, yeah, the trailer. Yeah. You know which one I'm talking about.
I know which one. I just can't think of the name of it. It's fire
though. So anyway, bruh, I know when we walk into Cast Me Out in October, bruh, like we gonna shut that bitch down, bro. We gonna come in 20 deep in that bitch.
I'm down.
G asks most intriguing player and their fit on the team so far.
I'm on E.T. Perry tonight. I've been watching E.T. Perry.
That's who I was gonna say too, man.
Digging in some he got some cut-ups out there, but I've just been trying to find some of the other stuff. Just looking for any Wake Forest tape that I could find. And man, like he was such a productive. He was the number one receiver for them. So productive. Did it all.
Seen a lot of tweets of like how he failed so far in the draft, and kind of seems like there was some behavior character concerns type of things.
I don't know nothing about that. We'll see. None. He looked pissed. Like when I saw a little video call he was on with the Saints media, and he was just like pissed that he, I guess lasted around that long. And hopefully that, lights a fire under him and he comes in and balls, bro, because I understand from his point of view because he was productive, bro. He was catching 80-plus balls a season, putting up 1,400 yards. Like, he was a legit productive number one big wide receiver. He wasn't just down the field running go routes. He was doing it all, bro. Big, physical, can box people out. Like, it would be crazy to me if Traquan starts over him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be crazy to me. Unless, if everybody's healthy and everything, he should beat out Traquan. I have no question.
Should, man. Should.
No question about it.
Like at this point, it's Chris Olave, Shaheed, Michael Thomas, in theory, Brian Edwards, and A.T. Perry. Like, I'm not even acknowledging Traquan is on the team. Like,
who? It.
No.
That's it, bro. That should be the wide receivers going into this.
That should be the group, season. Bro. That should be the group. Mitch, I'm going to ask this one just out loud. There's no way in hell are we answering this one. If you were in the Saints front office, what player that it's a great question, that had their 5th-year option decline, would you not only try to trade for, but also try to sign to a long-term deal? Actually, I am going to answer this one. I know we talked about this with Dawson Knox, and I'm calling the Commanders, and I'm saying I got a 2024 Denver 2nd-round pick for you for Chase Young.
Let's go.
If you want to get, if you really wanted to get feisty about it, I'll be generous and I'll throw in a lightly used Peyton Turner. Here you go.
Just take.
Here you go. Because I get it, right? He hasn't lived up to how he was drafted.
Period.
He got a awful. It wasn't just an ACL tear. Like he got one of those really terrible MCL, like everything torn, right? But he was never a player in college where even at Ohio State, you didn't have to look. You didn't have to squint at Chase Young film to be like, oh, there it is. Didn't have to.
Yeah.
2, there were times during his rookie season where he looked like the next great edge rusher. I distinctly remember a game that the Redskins, maybe they were at the time, maybe they're the football team, played against the 49ers, and Chase Young completely won the game and like terrorized the Niners offense, terrorized. It may have been Trent Williams, and put the team on his back from a defensive standpoint that Washington won that football game. So I've seen it. I've seen it. Maybe what he needs is, we talk about this a lot, he can get back about around his people. We got Chris Olave, we got Michael Thomas. Get him back with his Ohio State brethren. Get him away from a toxic environment that Washington creates. Although I don't know if bringing Chase Young to the Saints organization when them niggas couldn't diagnose a broken fucking toe and what. But you know, that's my answer. I know that 2024 Denver second round pick is seen as like gold, and I get it, right? But still even though he's not super proven, to me he's proven enough. Mwah, boom. It's so hard to find an elite edge rusher. So to be able to potentially get one that was drafted top 3 overall, and it was a justified draft pick. Like, it made sense.
Yeah, nobody was questioning it. No.
Give me that. Because then you got Cam, you have Foskey, and just let's say that the Chase Young trade works out. Like, buddy, you have completely revamped the entire defensive line. You got Cam Jordan, man. He can just have a swan song. Like, you just be the vet that you need. Man, give me that. It may not work out, but like it's a second round draft pick. Like, we've splurged out on fucking Stanley Jean Baptiste, bruh. Like, that's what I want.
Like, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
So, great question, Mitch. Anyway, I don't even know who's all had their 5th year options decline. That's the thing. It's him. It's Patrick. I was going to say Patrick Queen. What's the Jalen Reagor? It's been a lot. It's been a lot of players who've had that, that 2020 5th year option decline. But I'm going heavy on the Chase Young thing.
Nah, I'm with it, bro. Like, I'm agreeing with you. When I saw that tweet out, when it came out.
Any other like thoughts or regarding that question?
No, that's it. That's it. I'm with you on that one.
All right, we got a couple of more. We try to wrap this up. This is a really good one that our dude Daniel again. I'm gonna ask this one. Mike, our dude Mike from the UK says, which current Saints player do you think could be a future head coach? Future head coach.
It's a good question, man.
I'm going Jake Haener.
That's a good one.
I'm
going. You know what I'm gonna go with? I know I'm gonna go with.
Who?
Jameis Winston. I could just see Jameis Winston being like a head coach, bro. I could see it, bro.
I could too.
He's a good motivator. He's good for gab, smart. I could see him being a head coach, especially a college head coach. I mean, maybe not in the NFL, but like a college head coach. I could see him in a college game.
I could too. That's a good one, man. That really is a good one. Our dude. So this was a great one. Our dude Daniel again asked this one. You can replace anyone in the team with one player, except for Drew, from the last 10 years to make this team a Super Bowl contender. Which player does it?
Last 10 years? Come on now, man. Jimmy Graham, baby. I'm going to get Jimmy, specifically 2000. I'm going back in time to 2011 and getting that Jimmy Graham. Bringing him on a bus, baby. Let's go.
Okay. That's a good one.
Well, you said 10 years. I had to get like 2013 Jimmy. Still going to get 2013 Jimmy. I'm still going to get him.
Does this, okay, so this may be cheating, Can I say Malcolm Jenkins 2000 what would it be 2013 14 at that point he was with the Eagles, or I guess that's cheating.
14 Eagles, Malcolm Jenkins.
Okay, let me I feel like that's cheating. Let me think about this a little more. It's a good question. I would go. Oh man, this is tough. 10 years.
2019 Michael Thompson.
I feel like offense is the answer, but I want to go. What would you say Twofer's best season was? 2018?
No, that was his rookie year.
No, it'll be 2019.
Yeah.
I'm putting 2000, and as much as I bagged on him, I'm putting 2019 Marcus Davenport on the Saints. A healthy one. I say that just because I really feel like you add another dimension of consistent pass rush from the defensive line with what's already kind of in place from the secondary position, man. I think it can truly change like the whole tenor of the defense.
Ooh, here I got one. 2016 Nick Fairley.
Oh, that's a good one. Nick Fairley, you might be playing.
Got the heart.
Oh, I was about to say, man, you might be killing this nigga by putting him on the team, but
we don't worry about that right now. Just get that 1 year out of him.
That's a good one though. Oh, but who hold on, let me read the question. You could okay. I don't think it says who you have to replace. Another one that Dan had is: do we start the season with both a new kicker and a new puncher? Ooh, that's spicy.
Ooh, spicy. I think they're gonna stick with Lutz this year, but I do think punter is open. Like there's no ties to the punter at all.
None.
I think that's wide open, man. So it might be the MAGA punter. It might be.
But maybe let's not run with that just because of my stereotype.
Bro, that man MAGA punter.
We know nothing.
Not even American. Like he's even American.
Brexit punter, bro. I don't know what the equivalent would be. Ryan, help me understand. Our dude Sherman San Diego goes, what does winning the NFC South do for Dennis Allen contract going forward? And dare I don't know what Sherman was smoking or drinking when he asked the second part of this question. He says, and dare I say it, if he was somehow able to win a Super Bowl, does that automatically make him the second?
Right. You stuck with him forever, bro.
Yeah. be a long ass time, bro.
But I mean, if he won us a Super Bowl, it's like you can't kind of argue. You can't argue with it. Like, okay, like shit.
You couldn't at all. Last one, kind of wrap it up. Our dude on Twitter, D-Fraz, asked what free agency targets would you like to see the Saints at now that it won't affect draft calculation? We already kind of hit on that, saying Leonard Floyd and Justin Houston for the defense. I would also, I would have to look at names, but I would just go. There's a guard out there. I'm forgetting who it is. That's like a solid NFL starter that I would love them to sign. Hold on, it's going to drive me crazy. I was just talking about him with the friend recently, and we were like, wait, is such and such still, like, we were just like, such and such is still a guard? So now I gotta pick it up. Hold please. I know this is fucking great podcasting, like the best. But while I'm looking this up, our dude Bayou asked, and this is high praise, and I couldn't see this, but he said, could you see A.T. Perry becoming wide receiver 2?
Oh,
That's
no,
what I said.
Not right now.
When you're struggling with your mental health, the world can seem pretty heavy, like no one understands what you're feeling, or you're not sure how to ask for help. But here's the real truth. you're never in this alone. 988 Lifeline's trained crisis counselors are available 24/7 to offer the help and support you need to make it through. No judgment, no stigma, just someone to listen. Text or call 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, day or night. 988. Hope has a new number.
All right, I think we hit it all. I couldn't find who the offensive lineman that I was talking about with a friend who was a free agent. But we hit on a lot of questions, a lot from our Discord. Twitter. Next time we do this, I want more engagement on Twitter and just in regards to the questions. But we had fun. Next week we got something special for y'all in store in terms of the guests that we have currently booked next week. If you are the like football nerd, you like the nitty gritty of football, all that, we got you guys covered.
Got you covered.
So thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for support. We did just want to get something out this week, even though there's not going to be a lot happening in football for a while. Obviously, the Saints are going to have rookie mini camp and all that within the next couple of weeks, and then there's going to be OTAs, and then there's just going to be fucking silent. So we still want to keep giving y'all guys episodes, keeping y'all engaged, making sure that y'all have content. I will say that going forward this season, when the season starts, the season gets closer, Ryan and I are really trying to put emphasis on doing more video podcast episodes, putting them on YouTube, putting the clips on Twitter, putting the clips on Instagram, just things like that, just so you guys can, see us more. I don't know if it's our age or whatever it is. Listen, I've done it a couple of times, and when I tell you, it's just something that does not come naturally. That's what maybe I need to, my daughter is now in like acting classes, and maybe I need to just talk to her acting teacher for a couple of minutes, be like, hey, listen, just help me get through this 30-second, 1 minute thing I'm putting on. So, like, it just doesn't come natural. Like, you can put me on a stage and ask me to do karaoke. I can do that all day. Like, and I don't, but you, if it's just like I don't know what it is, man. But we are working on it to get better, so you can start seeing us more, and things like that. So thank y'all for being patient with us. Thank y'all for all the support. The amount of support and contributions through Patreon that happened couple of weeks leading up to the draft and a couple of days of the draft and after the draft was absolutely tremendous. Like, truly, all the new Patreons, thank y'all. All the prior Patreons who continue to support us every month, thank y'all. It comes from the bottom of our heart. We truly, truly appreciate it. All the things that we do for the community, we wouldn't be able to do it without what you guys are able to provide us. Truly, the way Ryan and I see it is that we don't see this as a job. We see this as, okay, people are taking their hard-earned money, even if it's just $1, even if it's just a pound, a peso, whatever it fucking is, and they're saying, we support y'all. Here you go. So we take that things relates to the pod in terms of costs, hosting, all these little bitty things, and then when we get together for the meetups, food, all that, we want everyone to have a great time and a fun experience, and that's what it's all about. So truly, 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 thank y'all for all the support. If you're not a Patreon, that's okay. Just listening to the podcast, retweeting on Twitter, Instagram, all that all adds up. So thank y'all truly, tremendously. We will be back next week with a great episode for you guys, a very deep dive football episode for you. So be tuned for that. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Make smart decisions. And with that, we're out.
Peace.